guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Sabythesimmer, aka Sabythesimmer. Happy Tuesday. So I've been sitting on this speed build for a good week. I have been just frazzled with my schedule and everything like that, and this build frustrated me because it took me so long to do, and then I ended up deleting some of the footage, and I thought I will find the footage is fine. I don't think I deleted it properly from my PlayStation, but I did. So yeah, and I didn't make any backups or anything, so there is some footage missing from this build, which is so annoying because it's like specifically the footage that took me the longest to do, and then now I've deleted the footage, so that was fantastic. But yeah, welcome back, guys. So I wanted to create a build that was Art Deco inspired, so I did have a little Google, or I don't know if I looked on Google or if I looked on Pinterest, but here is the reference image that I used to create this build. I used it as inspiration, and there was a few shots of like the garden and different areas of the house. I tried to create a bit of a similar floor plan based on the images I could see, but it was also kind of difficult. I was mainly following the way the outside kind of looked, and also kind of the shape of the build as like the exterior, compared to like the interior, because the interior is very white, very like clean cut, and I wanted something that's kind of colorful. I felt like it was a good decision to use items I haven't used yet from the high school years pack, and also just like make a home that's a bit more colorful and a bit more fun to look at. So that's what I did. It's quite a colorful interior, and I really like the way it turned out. Just annoyed that I deleted some of the footage, which is, you know, fantastic. But yes, guys, like I said, you would have seen the reference images I used, and I've used a lot of, not a lot, I used some rounded walls. I say round, and I keep saying round in a circle, but they're called curved walls, but you guys will know what I mean, right, when I say that. Anywho, facts about the build, the details about this build. So it is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, so technically 2 full bathrooms, and then a single, what do you call it, half bathroom. And then we've got 3 bedrooms. You got the master bedroom with like an ensuite and like a little bit of a walk-in wardrobe, and then we've got 2 rooms for a teen, and I thought maybe 2 teens, maybe one's like a preteen and one's like a teen. And I kind of went with like a really colorful interior. I tried to keep it fun and exciting and interesting, so hopefully you guys get that from this build. So this build is also on a 30 by 20 lot, and it is 122,771 simoleons, so it's a pricey build. I built it in Newcrest on the cookout lookout lot, so if that's where you want to put it, if you want to put it exactly where I've placed it. And they have a nice swimming pool, a nice lounge area. You have some seating outside as well, like outside dining. We also have the bar. I don't think it's like child friendly necessarily, there's not much space for children to do anything, but there's a pool, so that's fun. And everyone can enjoy a pool shortly, right? But yeah, anyway, to talk about why I've been all over the place. The course started on a Thursday, which was just a weird day to start anyway, and then I had Thursday and Friday, and then Monday all the way till Friday. And so my last day of the course was Friday, and then I also had to stream Thursday and didn't have to, but I did. My schedule is normally to stream on Thursday and Friday, so I did that. And then just in between trying to find the clips for this build and editing and all that kind of stuff, it just, yeah, I just fell off basically. So it wasn't a great time to, like, I wasn't doing a good job at managing my time is what I should say. And yeah, I learned a lot. And now I'm kind of worried about, like, you know, when I get a job, like, how is my YouTube gonna factor in with this, because, you know, it takes up a bit of time to be able to play the game and build. And I really wonder how people do it. Like, maybe because they're on PC, they have a bit more, like, I don't know how to explain it, but maybe they have a bit more flexibility as to what tools they can use and things like that. And also, like, they're probably years and years into editing speed builds and things like that. I've been editing videos before for quite a while, but speed builds are still pretty new to me, and I'm still getting the hang of like my own process. I think I'm getting better at like how I approach a speed build and how I approach editing. It's getting a lot better, but I realize it is a bit time consuming, so I just wonder what happens when I get a job and how those things change. But yeah, the course hopefully will help me get employed. That is the goal. And it did make me think about like what I want to do with my life, and I'm not really sure what I want to do with my life for a very long time, to be fair. So yeah, I was watching my tutor and I was sitting there whilst I was in the course. I was like, I could do this, like I could teach people. I say adults, children, it's a no for me. I've studied a lot of health and social care during my time in like college, which is I guess people would still be classed as in high school in like America. I don't know what it's like in other areas of the world, but in the UK you're only in high school until you're 16, and then you go off to college, which is pretty optional. You don't have to, but it obviously looks good if you go to college or you go to a sixth form to be able to apply to the university. So I went to college and I studied health and social care because in my mind at the time I wanted to be a midwife. And I don't know why I'm laughing, but I wanted to be a midwife, and then after a while I was like, I don't think I've got the personal tools for that. But as much as I am interested in like health, wellness, care, all that kind of thing, I just didn't think the role would fit me personally. But so yeah, I didn't go into that kind of profession. I just kind of figured out what I wanted to do along with some kind of crappy jobs. I mean, a job is a job, but I just didn't enjoy my time. I just knew I could be doing something better, a bit more constructive, something a bit more challenging. So throughout my kind of time of being in employment, I've just realized that I need a challenge, and I am actually a bit of a leader, which I didn't think I'd ever say, but I am a bit of a leader. So I think I need a role where I'm able to lead. So yeah, I think I could do teaching. I could teach adults. I think I could do that. Not even I think I could do that, I believe I can do that. So at the moment, I'm going to look into some courses on teaching so that I can basically get my skills up, get my knowledge up, and hopefully start a career in some like teaching, tutoring some adults on some courses. I've mentioned it before, I do write. I haven't written in a very long time. I wrote like a goodbye blog post a couple of weeks ago now. Well, actually earlier this month actually, and basically I've had a lifestyle wellness blog that's transitioned over the years to different kind of topics, but pretty much ended up being a wellness lifestyle kind of blog. And I did that for around 5 years, and then around like the 5th year it started to get really difficult to do because I was just, lockdown happened, I wasn't doing anything, I was at the job that I didn't like, and it just made it really hard to write because I didn't have anything I wanted to write about. My mental health wasn't good, and I didn't want to sound like I was just completely talking about my mental health all the time. And like, especially when people came to my blog and they was like, oh, this educated me, or this helped me understand this, I didn't want to just use my blog as like a space to just like offload some heavy thoughts. So I decided to go back into, well, not decided to go back into therapy. I went into therapy because I won a giveaway, but I've been in therapy before, so it was good to go back. And that just ended at the beginning of this month. So now I have to figure out how to look after myself basically without therapy, which sounds a bit difficult, but I know what I need to do. It's just a matter of actually doing it. That's my struggle. Sometimes I don't do what I know I need to do, which is a shame, which is such a shame. But at least I know, I think it's like better than, what is the saying, like better the devil you know than something you don't, or something like that. But I feel like it's better for me to know exactly what it is I need and what I should be doing than it is for me to be completely lost and like, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do. I know what I need to do. I need routine for myself, I need structure for myself, I need a way to have time for myself that isn't me laboring myself in any type of way. I know that's what I need. And also I really want to move out soon, so yeah, I'm planning to move out soon, and I'm going to move out with my sister actually, so I need to get a job for that. You know, that would be good. But yeah, that needs to happen sooner rather than later, because yeah, I just need to adult, and I don't feel like I'm able to really do that in the space that I'm in. So yeah. Anyway, I've rambled on enough about myself, as I normally do. So let me talk about the build. So as you can see, we are moving on. Well, we've moved on actually. You would have seen me fiddle with a pool. I used the like pergola, like glass kind of pergola. What is it called? Pergola, I think. I think that's what it's called. The little covering that I put over the pool, that was from Get Together, and it did like keep dipping into the pool. So what I did was move the pool away. So like I shrunk the pool down, put the covering where I wanted it to be, and then put the pool back to the size I wanted it, and then it didn't like jump up and down from the levels, because technically the pool was like a basement level, so it just kind of dropped down to that level. Didn't want that. So I figured that one out, and then I put some like lounge chairs out there as well. And you would just see the landscape, and I kind of just did this rock detail. Originally I wanted to do like a bit of a waterfall and have it kind of lead like it was going into the pool. Like I was really going for some luxurious kind of feel, but yeah, I didn't really know how to do that. So I just went with like a rocky landscaped kind of vibe in the back garden there. Like I said, it doesn't feel like child friendly. It just feels a bit like an entertainment space, or a space where you'd have people around and be like, wow, your garden is so nice, that kind of thing. And then I've got this area here, which, like I said, we have some outside seating, like a dining area. We also have the bar, and then we have some like space there as well for you to put like the barbecued food on. We have a sink out there as well, and I also put a little stereo out there. And because it's sheltered, it shouldn't break if it rains, which is great, because I've built a place before and I put a stereo outside on the floor and it did rain when I was taking like screenshots and stuff, and it broke. I was like, great. Fantastic. So as I'm like going for the cut pieces, all the bits and bobs, I found this little water feature and I was like, this is perfect. So like when you're sitting down at this table, you can hear the little trickling and fountain. I was like, oh my god, stunning. This is what I would want. This is definitely what I would want in my garden. And I do swap out that kind of stereo that I put on the wall for the one that just sits on the counters, and we've got the barbecue down there. And then I go in to do the terrain paints, which for some reason I thought the terrain paints disappeared and I already did it, but I didn't. This is the first time you're doing the terrain paints. And I just went with some like dirt under the rocks, and I wasn't sure what to do with like the grass area, so I ended up just using like the flowery terrain paints to kind of blend it in and make it look like it wasn't just like fake grass almost, because I was probably going to go for that vibe of making it look like fake grass, but then I felt like it didn't make sense to have like this rocky detail and then fake grass. So yeah, clearly I haven't been in many gardens that have this kind of landscaping, so I didn't know what I was doing. I was winging it basically. That's basically what I was doing. But I love when I just fence everything off, and I don't know if I've shown you me do that, but I fenced off this area. I've also fenced off where the hedges are as well, with like a low fence, and I feel like it just helps everything feel a bit more neat and like in its place, and it also just adds a bit more detail to the garden space. But I really struggled to finish this house. I think I was trying too hard to make colors work, and I wanted it to look like fun and colorful, but I didn't know what colors to match with what, and I just struggled so much because I'm so used to being neutral and quite classic and just minimal, so that when I had to bring in like pops of color, I was questioning every single decision I made, which was very frustrating. But in the end, I got there. I made some decisions. I did what I had to do. So this is the kitchen area. We've got this beautiful orange wall. I sound like an interior designer, but we've got the orange wall, which I think is so pretty. And I used the same like texture wall in other rooms, but different colors. So we got green and I think blue in the bathroom. And it just makes the room feel like so like warm and like kind of moody, but I really like it. I'm feeling it. And then I've just cluttered up all the sides as well, added in these lights, which I believe are the ones from the high school years pack, like the LED strips. I don't know what I was saying. LED, whatever I said. Ignore me. But the LED strips from high school years, I use them underneath the cabinets. I don't know if it makes sense to use it right, like put one, like I don't know if it would be realistic to put one right above the stovetop and then also underneath the range hood. Probably not safe, but it's a Sims. And I like the vibes, so you know, we'll keep it. And then I've just cut it up, added a bit of bits and bobs in there. I kind of went with this like orange, green, blue theme in the kitchen and the dining area. I tried to bring in a bunch of different colors as well. As you can see, the rug that I've used from high school years, I tried to bring in those colors throughout the house. So the clips you won't see is me doing the living room. I struggled so much with it, so I came back to it so many times. Finally came back to it and got it done, and that was the clip. And do you know what's so frustrating? The only clip that is missing is that one. Obviously the beginning part of the speed build as well, for some reason I don't know where that went, but the beginning part of me building the shell of this house, I don't know where that footage is. I don't know why I haven't got it and why it started off with like most of the shell being done. I am so confused by that. I built this so long ago, I don't actually remember what happened. On my gallery, it says it was uploaded on the 12th of this month, so it wasn't that long ago, but I had pretty much like done most of the rooms. The only rooms I didn't do was the living room and the bedrooms, and like the last bathroom, the little walking wardrobe. That was the only rooms I didn't do, so that was probably when I uploaded it the 12th. So before then I had done all this kind of all these rooms, so I was a bit like, what did I do and what didn't I do? But I was so annoyed that the living room footage is gone, but you will see obviously all of that in the screenshots. I've taken a bunch of screenshots, so you'll see all of the bits and bobs that you didn't see in the screenshot. So I do apologize for that. I've had this problem before where I've deleted clips by accident, so I've just been like holding on to clips. So like when I do speed builds and things like that, I just hold on to the clips, but my PlayStation was running a bit slow, so I was like, oh, I bet I've got too much footage, so I just deleted clips of the speed build footage that I've used already. Not realizing I've obviously clicked on footage that is new, so clearly that was real smart. So now I'm just really nervous about deleting anything because I don't want that to happen again, but I don't think it will. I need to just be careful as to what I'm deleting and what I'm moving and all that kind of stuff, and what I'm backing up as well, because I even thought, oh, don't worry, I've backed it up, I've got it on my hard drive, it's fine. And when I go on my hard drive, I've got the exact same clips that I have on my PlayStation. So yeah, I deleted it before I even put them clips on my laptop, which is so frustrating, but we honestly live and learn. I think what makes it even more annoying and like just frustrating is because it's happened before. So I thought, you know what, I've learned from my mistakes. Clearly not. So this rug, I loved it, but I thought it was a bit too busy for this space, and I really wanted to use the orange chair, so I ended up moving that into the living room, which you'll see in the screenshots. And then I use a bit more of a neutral rug. I believe I go with the one that's from the Moschino stuff bag, because I just wanted it to be a bit more neutral. We've got the orange chairs, and I could bring in other pops of color elsewhere in the room, and I do bring in like the tiny living chair, but I'd use a blue swatch. I just like the idea of using different colors because I don't often do that in my builds, so I thought it would be a good idea to try and do that this time around. We obviously needed some plants, so I added some plants in there. I also used the Eco Lifestyle shelf in that little area as well, like on the against the wall. And then you have the half bathroom, which is literally just opposite the dining area, and then you obviously have the exit to outside. You can see the stairs going upstairs as well, and then the living room. We have the living room, and then we have sliding doors into the office, which is the next room that we'll be finishing as well. But yeah, and then upstairs, I don't show you me finishing the hallways upstairs or like the landing upstairs, but you will see me do the bedrooms and also the the ensuite bathroom for the master bedroom, and also the little, what do you call it, walk-in closet, or like walk-in wardrobe, sorry, I should say. Clearly here I'd started the office and forgot to record it, because where is the beginning of it? This is honestly, I was even toying with the idea of not uploading this people, but I really liked the way this build turned out, and I really wanted you guys to see it, even if it was absolute shambles of a build, because I've just forgotten footage, lost footage. Again, I'm so sorry for that. But yeah, I really wanted you guys to see it. I had in mind that maybe they are into like art, so maybe they were like a graphic designer. So originally I went with those posters, and then I found this one, which was a bit more colorful, a bit more bright. And so I thought like it fit into the room a bit better, because I was going for a bit more like pops of color in this room. And then I do add in some details. I can't remember if I do it now. Oh yeah, I do add details now. I add in some frames, some photos, not photos, plants, sorry. And also add in that like base game notepad with a pen. I thought that'd be cute. And we've got the desk one side with the computer, and the other side hasn't got a computer, so it's just versatile. You can obviously move the notepad with the pen so that it's a bit more usable. What I've done was size down a desk table and then hidden it underneath, like hidden it with some cabinets, so that way you can't see you can kind of see the table still. It's kind of hard to hide it, but it just works so that it looks like your Sims are just using like floating shelves as desks as opposed to like tables. I like the idea of it because I wanted to do like a corner desk situation, and it's not hard to do with tables. You can do it with tables, but there's still going to be a slight bit of a line where the two tables meet, and I didn't want that. I wanted it to kind of be a bit more clean, but I guess you still have the line anyway with the shelves, but I just prefer the way the shelves looked. So anyway, we've moved on to the master bedroom. I potentially had in mind that it was a single parent, so I don't know why, but that's what I just had in mind when I was building it. I was kind of had in mind a single parent, so that's why the dressing room, the kind of walk-in wardrobe situation is a bit more like singular. I feel like in mind I didn't really have another sim being, like another adult sim being in the house, so it kind of just felt like it was just one kind of sim, one adult sim basically, and then like two teens. So I don't know if it's very gendered. Kind of. I feel like that the walk-in wardrobe is definitely, because I've gone with this like makeup and all that kind of stuff. Obviously anyone can use makeup, but it just depends on what your vibe is, depending on like if that's something you want your sim to be doing or not. Or you could just remove the cut-out pieces that I put up there. I did put a yoga mat outside on the balcony because I didn't know what to put there, because part of me was like, because it's at the front of the house, it just feels like such an awkward place to put anything for your Sims to like physically use, like usable items, like skill items. I just felt like it's such an awkward position to put it in because it's right at the front of the house. I feel like a balcony at the back of the house is easier because you don't see it straight away, you're gonna see it afterwards. But I just didn't want loads of like random stuff on the balcony, so I ended up just putting the yoga mat because one, you can't really see it, and two, I felt like it's probably a nice spot to do some yoga anyway in the morning. I think it'll be a good vibe, and it is on Newcrest, so that strip of the neighborhood, I don't think there's any like builds that you would automatically see anyway. It's quite open space, so I think the privacy wise is okay, and generally you're not having to like have your neighbors watch you do yoga on your balcony, which, you know, would be a bit awkward. Honestly, my cat is the worst. I had to stop the recording, my voiceover, because he came from my window, and when he comes from my window he starts crying in my room for me to open the door. But who told him to come from my window in the first place. I wasn't going to open my bedroom door for you to leave, so I had to get up and leave. And I knew I had to pause the recording because he'd literally be crying in the background. He doesn't care about what I'm doing, clearly. But anywho, this is the walk-in wardrobe situation. So I've done it so you have to walk through the wardrobe to get to the bathroom. But I feel like that kind of makes sense if it's just a master bedroom anyway. Like, no one else is going to be using the bathroom. So to walk through the wardrobe is okay, to be fair. And also, I didn't want 2 doors to be coming from the bedroom because I wanted a place to put, like, the TV unit, which I used from the Tiny Living stuff pack. And I loved this like fluffy chair. I just thought it was so cute, and I thought that'd be so cozy and comfortable to use whilst you're getting yourself ready. I did change around the wardrobe situation a bit as well, so I kind of went full on like wall-to-wall closet kind of situation, but then I kind of felt like if it was a single sim, would they need that much space? And also, just I needed a reason to like fill all the holes and like, well, not all the holes, but all the spaces and like slot spaces on the like shelving units. So I just decided to just scrap that and just go for a smaller, toned down modular kind of wardrobe so that I could fit less stuff, so it didn't feel so crowded as well. And I don't like the idea that it goes straight into the wall. Like, that's a bit annoying. I wish they could change that. This is me just copying everything from the other bathroom. Did I do a Jack and Jill for the teens? I can't remember if I did. No, I didn't. So they've got access from the bathroom from like the hallway, but then their bedrooms are like either side of the bathroom, so it's pretty fine to access from either of their rooms. But I think originally I did want to do a Jack and Jill, but I just feel like there wasn't the space to like fit the door in and also all the stuff in the bathroom. I really like how the bathroom turned out. I love the blue tones that I've used, and you'll see the same kind of theme throughout all the bathrooms, even the downstairs one as well. Like, I've just gone with the same theme, the blue and white tiles, the little blue accents on the wall, and then this like white, I don't know what you'd call that. Is it like brick as well? I don't know if it would be classed as brick, but I use that as well as just little accents around the house. I just like the way it turned out. I tried to use different colors and different little details for the walls just to make sure it all kind of looked a bit more like interesting and didn't look boring. So this is the first teen's room, and I kind of went for the idea that this teen is just like, I don't even want to say a jack of all trades, but they like a bunch of different things. They're very creative. That's what I had in mind. They're very creative. They really love music. They love art as well, and I feel like the art kind of came in from their parents, so they probably watched their parent do a lot of like art and just thought it was amazing and decided to kind of take up the hobby themselves, and they're really enjoying it. And again, like I said, I really wanted to go with this like colorful theme, so I've gone with like blues and purples and yellows, and I think some oranges. I think maybe yellows was like the main one, and blue and purples. And basically I just based it off of the bed and then also the rug. I've just pulled out different colors, and I've used the wallpaper from the high school pack as well, with like the paint kind of swirls on it. I don't know, I think it looks so cool. It reminds me a bit of graffiti, but it just looks a bit more, I don't even want to say cool, it just looks interesting. I like it. It's very abstract, but I'm into it. And then I've just cut up his desk there. I kind of went for I went for a male teen sim and then a female teen sim, and that tends to be the way, unless I specifically have an idea of who the rooms are for. I kind of do one of each, or I try to do one of each. So I might do a girls room and a boys room, or I might just try and do a bit more of a neutral room, so then you can have whatever sim you want to stay in there, depending on, you know, however they identify it, or just whatever their style is, depending on their room, to be fair. But for this one, I just felt like it was easier if I just kind of brought in a bunch of different things that I thought would fit a creative sim who's into music and art. And so I've gone with like posters and like pictures that look like sketches or like art pieces or things that they maybe collected from magazines or something. I felt like it was going to be too easy to do like a gamer, so I decided, to be fair, the last speedboard I did, was it the last one or the one before? I think it was the last speedboard I did. There was a gamer in it, so I tried not to make like both teens like gamers or like too gamer focused. So the teen's room, I did make it a bit more of a gamer, kind of like a gamer girl, or like a bit of a lifestyle gamer. Well, not a lifestyle gamer, like a lifestyle streamer, and she also games as well. So I tried to mix up a little bit. So as you would have seen, I did add in an easel, but I also gave them a digital sketch pad. They've got a beanbag chair. I used the stereo to make it look a bit like an amplifier, and then we've got the guitar in there as well. Oh, I didn't realize the room finished quite quickly actually. So yeah, we're moving on to the last teen's room, and this is the last room that we finished, and then you'll see the screenshots. But I originally went with a single bed because I was like, oh, it's not fair if I give one teen a single bed and the other one a double. But I just felt like I didn't know how to fill out the space, so then in the end I just went with a double bed anyway. And I've gone with like a really dark theme. I do lighten up the walls because I feel like it made the room look too dark. So I did go with, I kept the same kind of patterns wall with the purples and the blues on it. I just went with a lighter pink wall for the rest of the wall, and it just lightened up the room a little bit more. So then when I added all these dark accents in, it didn't feel too dark and dim in the room. And originally I really liked where I placed all the clutter and everything. I put like books underneath the little side table, but I had to move the room around anyway, because I just, in my mind, I really wanted, like, I imagined it so if you're streaming, the backdrop of your stream, or like the back view of your stream, would be that patterned wall. So I was trying to, as you can see, I'm moving the desk around, figuring out the best position to put it in, but it was just an awkward position. In the end, I just leave it there, and I put like a chair and then also a bookcase next to it as well, like either side. But like, in my mind, I was like, I really had a plan of how I want the room to be set out, and it wasn't the vibe. So I had to move everything around anyway. But I've moved the bed so it's like facing the window, and then I also used the new high school years like lights that kind of are on a bit of, I don't know what you'd call it, like it's like mesh, like the wavy ones that kind of go on over the bed. That one, I don't think I'm explaining it very well, but you'll see it when I add it into the game. And then I've got like a mirror there, I've got the dresser, I add a few things as well. And as I'm pulling things out for this room, I do add some things to the other room as well, so like some trophies and things. I can imagine they're very talented Sims, their parents are very proud of them, and yeah, they're doing well for themselves, very academically. Like, they're doing well academically. I don't think I put that sentence together very well. And as you can see, we've got some like gamer posters there, some plants, obviously some hanging plants. And I was gonna add like a lot more clutter to the desk, but then I just, getting placements right was a fiddle for that one, so I just didn't. And as you can see here, I was like, oh yeah, the like arts table thingy, I put that in instead as well. But we are coming to the end. I am gonna do some finishing touches on this room, and then the video is wrapped up. So I do want to say, if you want this video, it is up in the gallery. My gallery ID is Sabythesimmer. If you enjoyed the speed build, do give it a like. I'd really appreciate it. Also subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I really would appreciate it as well. You guys have been subscribing and enjoying my videos, and I really do appreciate it. You're helping me grow, and like, hopefully more people will see my videos, and that would be awesome. I really do appreciate you guys. And leave a comment as well. I'd really appreciate if you leave a comment, and then we can chat in the comments as well about what you've been building, what you've been doing in The Sims lately. I'm interested. I want to know all the deets. And if you are new here, or you didn't already know, I stream on Thursdays and Fridays on Twitch. The link is in my description. I'll see you there. If you follow me, you get notified every time I go live, so do give me a follow on Twitch. But take care, guys. I'll see you on Thursday for a new video. Bye.